All right, hello. So this is video number 2. Talk about a couple of things in this video. I'm going to show my training from this week, but just finished up my semester, my last fall semester. Pretty crazy to think about that this is my last fall. It's pretty crazy, but I'm very happy that it is done. So I can come home and visit my family, and drove down to South Florida, and on the way down I visited Dawit, the one and only QuadKid, and I was super happy to see him. Any chance I get to see him, I try to take the opportunity to do it, and this opportunity was really good because I actually had a job interview there as well, so fingers crossed on that. And it was a lot of fun. We got to train together for 3 days and really push each other. The energy that he brings and kind of like the energy that we bring out of each other is just, it'll speak for itself in these videos. We both love the old school style of high intensity training in bodybuilding, and any chance we get to apply it to our training is like great. We have a lot of fun doing it together, and I was very fortunate to be able to go see him. And kind of before I go into talking about the training clips and stuff, and this week was the last week of this block. So right after states, I had a small 3-week block. Checked off all the goals that I needed, except for on bench. I kind of undershot the last, not undershot, I just didn't hit the cap basically for the top set of 4. It was like the cap was like 297 and I did 286 just because 297 probably wouldn't have been there. But that was overall just a very successful block back. Usually I feel kind of weak, like normal, like how it normally is after a big meet, is like you just kind of feel weak getting back into it. But specifically my squat has been feeling, every lift has been feeling amazing, but my squat has been kind of like hard for me to feel like the bar is comfortable on my back. And I already squat 3 days a week. Like there should be no more exposure needed to the barbell. It's just kind of like a personal, it just happens. Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes the movement doesn't feel amazing. It's still strong. As it did going into my last meet, it still showed up really strong. It just almost like was more mentally in my head, like didn't feel great. That's why it's like a balance between your head and the physical movement. It's just like you gotta just trust yourself, right? And eventually it'll feel like how it does right now, where it just feels so effortless to squat right now. And yeah, I also just wanted to talk. I never really talked on why I named the series End of Beginning. So the reason why I named it that is just because when I started powerlifting about 4 years ago, I didn't think of it as something I would do really. Like I just liked training in the gym. I didn't see myself competing and like really enjoying that. I never thought I would like to do it. And when I first started, I just really liked training, and it has developed over time to become something that I really enjoy in competing. And I am kind of marking this last bit of time in college as the end of my beginning in powerlifting, because I don't know, I kind of thought like oh, 2 years is a long time to be training, or 3 years is a long time to be training, um when I would like see other people saying that, right? Like, I've been training for 2, 3 years. I've been training for 4 years, and it genuinely now just still feels like the beginning of something that's gonna carry on for the rest of my life. So um that's why I'm kind of marking it as like the end of beginning, because this really is the beginning of my powerlifting career, weight training career, body, whatever you want to call it. Mainly, powerlifting. But I do have a great interest in bodybuilding. And I mean, that's something to talk about in maybe other videos farther down the line. But I do have a really great interest in bodybuilding. Not right now, but that's why I like apply that super high intensity to my training, because I just really like enjoy it, and I like looking at bodybuilding. I like listening to bodybuilding podcasts and looking at the history of it. It's just like really interesting to me. So I feel like overall it's just like the end of the beginning of like this sort of path that I've chosen in weight training. And yeah, like I said, I just never imagined kind of to get this far. I feel like most of us kind of feel like that. But when I first started powerlifting, I was like 140 pounds soaking wet. I was 140 pounds soaking wet. And I just liked going in the gym and training hard. And like, it wasn't immediate. It wasn't like I immediately loved to train really hard like how I do now. It just like kind of developed to be what it is now, over time. That's why I wanted to start this YouTube channel, because like I almost wish I made videos way back then so I could like remember how I used to think about training, because I still kind of like don't really remember how I thought about it. I used to just go in. I just remember I used to go in and I like to squat, bench, and deadlift, get some weight on the bar that would like, make me feel good. Might in my head be like heavy, right? Like at that time I was like, oh, I want to load this because it's heavy. And I was definitely in the like numbers chasing game at the beginning, when I didn't have a structured program and I just did whatever I wanted. But I just, it's developed to be something I really like. And yeah, this is like the end overall. I guess rambling a little bit, but this is just the end of the beginning. After I finish college, after I finish this collegiate nationals, it's still, this is just like the beginning of my career, and it's like done. I'm going into, that's like the way I'm thinking about it, is like I'm going into not really thinking of myself as a beginner anymore. Right now, right? Like right now, I'm trying to get out of that phase of thinking of myself as a beginner, because everything still, to this day, I feel like I'm a like a constant student of the game kind of thing. But like I like to learn a lot about the things that I'm doing, and it's like that always kind of makes you feel like a beginner. But I think I just want to get out of that mindset of like really treating myself as a beginner, because it's been a good bit of time and I've definitely developed some skills, mentally and physically. So yeah, so I'm gonna talk over some of this training that you guys are gonna see in this next slide. It's probably a longer video than the first one, but yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. All right, so first clip here is just my primary deadlift day. So I was able to hit 512, 513, I think, actually, for a set of 5. And haven't done a top set of 5 on deadlift in a while. And my best set of 5 was like 518 sumo for 5, and it was much more difficult than this, so that was cool. And then now in Sarasota, was training with Dawit here at the vault. I was able to hit 485 for a set of 5. And it felt really good. Like the squat movement has just been feeling very effortless. Like it's just in a perfect spot on my back. And then I was able to do 515 for a fatigue single here afterwards, which, first time loading over 500 on my back since the meet. So smooth. Everything was as smooth as it should be.
Oh, come on.
And then now is a clip of us training some leg extensions, Tom Platt style. And yeah, I won't even need to say much here, but yeah, just us pushing each other. Me doing some like pushed eccentrics on him, making him control it more on the way down. So you can see there I'm like pushing his leg as he's trying to slow me down, and then assisting him as he's pulling it up a little bit, trying to squeeze everything out of the muscle there. And these are fun. These are always fun to do when you have somebody there.
I'm here. Come on. Oh, yes. Help me. Push. Push. That's it. There you go. Not that one. I don't even know how many that was. Doesn't matter.
And then came my turn to go crazy. So past 2 weeks I've been doing the heel elevated sissy squat on belt squat, which are great. But at this gym they don't have a belt squat, so just kind of changed it up with heel elevated on the Smith machine. And damn, this set was really hard. I mean, my legs are still sore from this. This was on Thursday, I believe. No. Yeah, this was on Thursday. And I'm still really in pain from this set. So Evan, my coach, gives me one true AMRAP set to do. So I do one set that's like kind of like a warm-up set, and then I do one set to as many reps as possible. So in my eyes, it's like I have really one set to give it everything I have, and this is that. But yeah, shout out to Dawit's sister for coming in and helping out on like these forced reps. We literally called her and she pulled up to help spot on this, so that was awesome. But yeah, this was a great set. And yeah, I was happy I was able to hit this.
Yeah! 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 Oh! Yes! 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 Oh, no. Okay. Thank you. Just sit for a sec. Just sit for a sec.
Were you counting?
No.
About 25.
I hit a second wind.
Yeah, I know.
I hit a crazy.
And then to finish off the week, I hit 286 for 4 on bench, really chill. Was hoping I'd feel a little bit stronger today on bench, but can't complain. Especially with this single that I hit afterwards with 320.
was really good. So that was definitely a good way to end the block. Being able to hit 320 more mindlessly. Although I was pretty nervous to hit that, I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty nervous to go for that 320 because I didn't feel too strong that day. But yeah, overall, great end to the block, and super happy with, just the result of this block. So good momentum going into the next training cycle. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next video.